I want to start generating some thought on the cowardly actions of the church's inability to stand up and fight for Jesus Christ. And what I'm talking about is specifically this fake pre-tribulation rapture escapism being preached in the church. And what you have is you have almost the entire Christian church in America thinking to themselves, well, why would God put me in a situation where I have to stand up and fight for Jesus Christ? Why would he do that? I'm too good for that. God loves me too much. I'm his favorite. So he's going to rapture me up, and I'm never going to have any sort of turmoil or trouble or tribulation of any kind. But the reality is, if you look at what Jesus Christ said in Matthew 24, he says that, and unless those days were shortened, no flesh would be saved, but for the elect's sake, those days would be shortened. And what he's saying is that because of the elect, because of the remnant of Jesus Christ, because of those who are willing to war in the war of the saints, because the reality is you have the entire church body who is not willing. They're saying, I am too afraid to war in the warring of the saints. I'm too afraid to stand up for Jesus Christ and fight against the Antichrist and his world army. I'm too afraid to do that. So God is going to rapture me up, and I'm going to avoid all this because I am so good that God loves me that much that people in Asia can go through tribulation right now. But because I'm who I am, God's just not going to do that to me. And what you've created is you've created a culture of cowards. You have the entire church body is made up of cowards. They are afraid. They are afraid to stand up and raise their hand and volunteer in the army of the saints, in the war of the saints between the Antichrist and his world army and 144,000 Jews and the remnant of Jesus Christ. That's it. And they're afraid of that. They're too afraid of it. How would God do that to us? And again, it's not me saying this. The 3.5 years are short. They would be much longer, by the way, but they're shortened. And when God shows up and the wrath of God shows up, that is like the cavalry has arrived. It's a big deal. It's good news for us. So as the rest of the world is getting destroyed by God, we're going to be cheering them on, like as if the fighter jets just flew over. And it's a beautiful thing that we're going to see. But the church, they're cowards. They're afraid to stand up for Jesus Christ and fight for him. And they literally believe that God is going to save them from that. It's foolishness. Jesus Christ himself said that he's shortening the days for the elect's sake, not for your sake. You're not getting raptured out. You're not going nowhere. You're going to be here for the warring of the saints unless you die beforehand. And you're either going to be pointing at real Christians and saying, there, get them, arrest them, or you're going to be engaged in a war on really, it's going to feel like the losing side, but the good guys win. Every time it was prophesied about the end times, or every time that somebody saw a beast or a prophet saw something, it was always explained, Jesus Christ wins and the saints inherit the earth. If you're part of a pre-tribulation rapture believing church, you're part of a cowardly church. You're part of a church that's saying, let's just sit here in our comfortable air conditioning, and then right before this terrible war takes place, that's between the Antichrist and those people who are willing to stand up for Jesus Christ, even if it costs them their head. I want nothing to do with that. I'm too scared to do something like that. And to imagine my God putting me through something like that, oh, I can't worship a God like that. And that's why you will fail. And that's why you will not be part of the warring of the saints. Well, you'll be part of it. You'll be on the Antichrist side, thinking that somehow you're on the right side of things. Love to hear any insights you might have on that. Put in the comments below. If you like this video, click like and subscribe. Feel called to support this channel with Patreon. That link is also below. But the most important part of this channel is we take prayer requests, so don't ever hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.